Hi, and welcome to Parent Ed Talk. I'm Jamie Googans, and I'm your host. Today we're going to talk about babies and attachment. Did you know that 4 million babies are born in the U.S. every year? That's insane amount. Anyway, so that means that I should have a great audience of 4 million people, right? Anyway. That first year of life is totally amazing, right? You bring this little bundle of joy home from the hospital, and they really can't do anything. You are solely responsible for their care, feeding, diapering, and all that. But within a year, your child grows and changes so much in that first year that by the end of the first year, they're walking. They're probably starting to talk. They can feed themselves. It's crazy. So what can we do to help our kids in that first year of life? Well, we go right back to attachment. So, John Bowlby, he was an English psychologist, and he was the first attachment theorist. So he believed that the reason that that babies form attachments to their parents is for safety issues, so that mom can protect, so that mom can feed and take care of and nurture their baby. So, but the cool thing about that is this attachment, it lasts for a long time. It doesn't just end when your child isn't a baby anymore. So, it actually impacts them for the rest of their lives. So this attachment during this stage of their life when they're babies is really important for their future development. So a little bit more about attachment. Attachment in the baby years is different. You know, they change a lot in that first year of life. And so the attachment issues in your baby is going to change too. So in that first stage, when you're just coming home from the hospital, that first 6 weeks of life, your baby doesn't really care who's taking care of them, as long as their needs are being met, as long as they're being fed, diapered, taken care of when they're crying, they're relatively happy. But all that starts to change around 6 weeks when your baby starts to have a preference. So usually it's those primary caregivers, usually like your mom, like mom and dad, or daycare provider. And they will start to build an attachment with those people in their lives. Around 7 months, that changes again. And this is that point where your baby decides that they have a favorite. And you don't have control over who that favorite is. Usually it's mom, sometimes it's dad. It's usually one of those primary caregivers, but your child will have a clear favorite of who they want to hold them, who they want to dress them, change their diaper, and all of that. That's a natural part of development. Around 10 months, that changes again, and your child is able to start making attachments with other people around them. So your grandma and grandpa, aunts and uncles, siblings, and other caregivers, people that they might not see quite as often as every day, but they see quite frequently. So that's the cool, amazing thing about attachment. So the big question is, what can we do as parents to help encourage those secure attachments in infancy? And you know what? It's not as hard as you might think, because babies, they're not really doing a whole lot. And guess what? Babies are very easily amused. So the biggest thing that you can do during that infant year is just to talk to your baby. And, when you're feeding your baby, when you're diapering your baby, when you're bathing your baby, when you're changing their clothes, all of those normal routines that you are going to do hundreds of times over the course of that first year, make it a habit to engage with your kid and talk to them. You can talk to them. You can play with them while you're changing them, sing them songs, and that will help that attachment grow. There's this really cool thing called bidirectionality. And what happens is that the more you interact with your baby will start to smile and maybe even coo, make some noises. back at you, and then you're going to want to do it more. And so actually it's kind of a two-way street. And as you interact with one another, not only are you helping your child become more attached to you, but you are also becoming more attached to your child. Pretty cool, huh? Well, that's it for today. And keep out there. You can keep on trying these things, and we'll see you next time. Bye.